Today I wanted to talk about the figure four stretch. Um, Great stretch for the hips, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. And based on your mobility or lack thereof, there's some different things we can do to make it more comfortable. So we're gonna we're gonna get down on the floor. If you can't do this on the floor, you can also do this in a chair. Um, and I'll try to walk you through that, but I'm gonna cue to those sitting on the floor. Coming down to your back. And I have a pillow here just because my floor is kind of hard. And if you really want to relax and get the most out of this, if you want to get the most out of this stretch, you're going to have to relax and breathe. Breathing is the most important part. So it doesn't matter how far out your feet are or how close your feet are. The closer you are, the harder it will be. But for now, what we're going to do is find that neutral pelvis. So putting our hands, finding our two like bony hip points, and then from there, finding the ridge of our pubic bone, like the crest of it. That is neutral. If it's like this or super, super arched, not so good, not so great. What we want to do is find neutral for now. Once you find neutral or as close as you can, you're going to take your left foot, your left ankle, and try to cross it over uh, your right thigh. And you might already feel this. Pay attention to what your hips did. Did one sink in? A lot of the times, if we aren't paying attention, maybe one will hike up. Uh, Again, don't judge it, just feel it. You can stay right here and just think about pushing this knee out. You can even take your left hand to try to push the thigh further away from you, and then you should feel it right in your hip joint. Breathing. If you want to take it a step further, you can take your right foot off the floor. But again, pay attention to your hips. And it's okay if you don't want to keep a neutral pelvis here. If you want to let it go and just really get that good stretch, breathing into it. Take a few breaths. Wherever you are. See if you can drive your pelvis, your tailbone, drive your tailbone down into the floor, but stay where you're at. You might feel a deeper sensation in that hip. Breathing, letting go of any tension in our shoulders, any tension in our jaw, coming out of that, and then we'll switch sides. Is that a spider or a box elder bug? A cricket. It's a cricket. There's so many weird, like little creatures out here since I've moved. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. Um, Finding whatever's comfortable, whatever length is comfortable. If you want to have your heels in close to your butt or further out, closer you are, harder it is. Keeping your pelvis neutral. My hip was starting to drop. I felt it. Bring it up. Bring it up and over. That might be enough. This might be enough for you. If this is too hard, walk your foot out or bring it in closer. But again, breathing. And if you want, you can use your hand to push that thigh away to feel a little bit more of a stretch. And then if you want, again, bringing your left foot off the ground, weaving your hands through to connect them behind your thigh. Breathing, driving your tailbone down into the floor, seeing if that can deepen the sensation for you. If it's too much, don't do it. That's fine. We want a release. We want to breathe. Tension out of our shoulders and our jaw, our face. And go ahead and relax. Let that go. It feels good sometimes to do a little windshield wipers with your knees, walking your feet out so they're wide, and then just rocking your legs back and forth. And I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I hope that that made sense. Sorry if I was a little redundant about certain cues, but I think it's really important. It's a very, very, very important stretch, and you can get a lot out of it when you do it properly. So I felt that this was one of those that I really needed to take my time in order to get the most benefit. That feels really great. So if you have any feedback, let me know. Another thing you can do if you're a little bit restricted with your mobility is getting a towel, yoga strap, a belt, a blanket, anything to wrap this around. Actually, we can do this. So whatever leg that you're not stretching, whatever hip that you're not stretching, loop it around the opposite to bring it in. And then you can breathe, and you can relax into this stretch. If you start to try to push your knee away from your chest, that'll be more of an active stretch. But if you just want to relax and breathe into it, that's a passive stretch. So again, do what feels good, do what feels best. If you can come here, that's fine too. But honestly, the towel is kind of nice. I noticed just that for me. I feel like with this towel, and keeping my elbows down, it like somehow opens up more space and more weight, feels more weighted, uh opening this up a little bit more, honestly, because I'm not working with my hands and my shoulders. I'm just resting into it. I'm gonna switch and do the other side too. But yeah, props are great. uh Tools, accessories, uh yoga props, great. And you don't have to have a yoga strap. Like, you can use a towel or a belt, whatever you have on hand. And again, push away. That becomes an active stretch. You can do like reps with it, whatever feels best for your body. Listen to it, see what it's telling you. Or you can just breathe, let the knee come in towards the chest and just focus on pulling this in closer and releasing.